Welcome back to Python tutorials. I am Venkat. This is part 7, assigning multiple values to variables at a time and output variables. So let us look at the first part, assigning multiple values to variables at a time. So till now, we have assigned one value to one variable at a time, but Python allows us to assign multiple values to multiple variables at a time. Okay. So assigning multiple values. Suppose I have A, B and C. So we can do like A equal to B equal to C equal to Python is awesome. So I have assigned this string to three variables. Okay. Let me print of A and print of B and print of C. Okay. What we will get? So we can see Python is awesome 3 times. So if you want to assign same value to multiple variables, we can do like this. Okay, we don't need to assign 3 different times. We can assign any value to multiple variables at a time. Okay, like this. Okay, this is assigning same value to multiple variables. So let us look at assigning different values to different variables in the same line. Okay, copy this and I want to assign. So there are three variables. I want to assign three different values. Okay, I have A, B, C, three different variables, and I have Python is awesome, three different values. So now I want to assign these three values to these three variables. Okay, so I have assigned. Let me print. So I'm printing it. So what would be the output now? Let us look at the output. Python is awesome. Okay. So Python is awesome. So we can print in the same line. If you want to print it in the same line, we need to use formatting. That is, if you put F, F is for format. A, B, C. I'm printing three values. Okay, formatted. Let me run it now. You can see. Let me little bit move this up. So these are the three different values printed and this is the formatted value. Python is awesome. Okay. Okay, this is how we can assign multiple values to multiple variables in a single line. Okay, so this is really awesome. Let us look at the third part. If you have a set of values, that means list of values. So you can unpack those values and assign to multiple variables. Suppose you have a list called cars. Cars equal to, this is the list we have. So Tata is the first car and I have another one, Mahindra, Maruti. Okay, these are the three values I have inside the cars list. Okay, so now I want to assign these three values from the list to three different variables. Okay, so that is A comma B comma C equal to cars. Okay, so let me print A, B, C. Run it. Tata, Mahindra, Maruti. Okay, so if you give spaces, it will be beautiful. You can see Tata, Mahindra, Maruti. So like this, we can actually unpack the list of values and we can assign to multiple variables. Okay, this is also really awesome. And if you want to print individual values, you can do that. Print A, B, C. Okay, Tata, Mahindra, Maruti. Okay, this is how we can assign multiple values to multiple variables at a time in single line. Okay, so the next concept here is output variables. Now we have seen assigning multiple values to variables, multiple variables at a time. And let us look at the output variables. Output variables. So we can use print function to output the variables. And here we have been using print function from the beginning of these tutorials. Suppose a equal to Python print of a. Let me print. Yeah, you can see Python is printed. So till now we have seen printing one variable, but we can print multiple variables using single print function. These are the three different variables. Now let us print using this single print operation. So you can see it is printing three different values, but we don't need to give the space. So now you can see when you are printing variables comma separated, it is automatically giving the space. Okay, so you can see that this is printing multiple variables using a single print function. So if you want to print all these as a single variable, we need to concatenate and print it. Okay, so like a plus b plus c. So here plus will be used as the concatenation operator. You can see it is printed. So when we are concatenating it, it will be printed as a single variable. That's why there is no space given. But when we are printing comma separated, this will be treated as a three different variables. That's where it is clearly given the space between each variable. Okay. So if you want space, you can add it. So now this is more readable, but here you can see extra space is added. Okay. That's the second part. Till now we have seen printing only strings. So let us create few numbers. X equal to 100, Y equal to 100, suppose 200. Now if you print X comma Y, we'll get the X comma Y printed. Okay, so you can use plus. So you are getting 300. So you might be surprised that so when we use plus between three strings, it is concatenated. That means it printed one after one. And when we use plus symbol between the numbers, it calculated the sum and printed. Okay. So when we are using this between numbers or floating values or decimal values, we can call this as the plus symbol. Okay. Now this is a plus symbol, but here it is not a plus symbol. Here it is a concatenation symbol. Okay. So that's why we have seen all three strings one after one. Here we have seen sum of the two variables. Okay, similarly print of x comma y. So now we can see x and y variables printed. So 100 comma 200. But if you want to print, so here name equal to Venkat. So here if you want to print name plus x, it is invalid. Okay, let me print it. So there is a error because we are trying to do plus operation between string data and numbers, integer data. Okay, that's invalid in Python. Okay, so in other programming languages also it's invalid. So in JavaScript it is valid. In C# and Python it's invalid. Okay, so you use between the numbers or between the strings. This is invalid. Okay, I'm commenting this because you don't need to get the error. Okay, this is about printing multiple values and output variables. Here you need to notice one thing. So when you are assigning multiple values, okay, so this statement is fine because we are assigning one value to multiple variables. But when you are assigning multiple values to multiple variables, so the number of variables should match number of values. Okay, so if you remove one here, so here there are three variables and you are giving only two values. That's invalid. Okay, you can see this. Need more values to unpack. When you are assigning three variables, you need to give three values. So here we are assigning three values and let me remove one variable. What happens? Let us look at it. Where are the cars? Yes, here are the cars. Too many values to unpack. So here we are giving only two variables and we are passing three valued list. Okay, it is saying this error. So there are too many values to unpack. So if there are three values inside this list, we need to have three variables. Okay. So we need to maintain that. When you are assigning multiple values, make sure that values and variables count is matching. Okay. Then rest all is normal. So all are working, no errors. So this is about assigning multiple values to variables at a time in single line and output variables. Thank you for watching.